Fans, Rampage Pro Wrestling continues, and if you thought you'd seen excitement, man, it just continues, gets better and better as the show goes on. This is a fantastic program. Call somebody, as Thunderbolt Patterson says, and tell them Rampage Pro Wrestling's on the air, because coming up now is the RPW Heavyweight Championship. The champion Jeremy Vane defending against J-Rod. And right now you see Charlie Cash, who is bringing the champion out. And our main event on this program, you just heard Dr. Johnny Gayton, is going to be a fatal four-way. All four Jimmy Ray approved against one another. The
First time ever.
And he says they can't just play, they got to wrestle. Or there will be consequences. I think I look forward to that. Who's the best of the Jimmy Ray approved?
I don't know that they know that, and I think that's what we are going to find out in our main event.
And here is the champion who says he's the best of them all, and he has the belt to prove it. The untouchable.
Yeah, we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We have a heck of a main event, but right now the title's on the line. The Triple Crown champion, former champion, and the current champion.
Wow.
What a match this is going to be, and what an episode we've got going here.
I think Miss Allie may need to wash her hands, as Jeremy Vane in this title match against a man who could very easily defeat him, a man who has proven in the past he could do so, and in proven in the past he could be a champion. As you said, the Triple Crown winner, J-Rod. It's been a while since J-Rod won the gold, so you know he's hungry.
Very much so. And you know, he earned this match by defeating another former champion, Shawn Banks, just a little bit ago here on Rampage Television. Fans, you saw it. And now he has an opportunity to reclaim the heavyweight title that he won a while back. I believe it was in a four-way match, if I remember correctly, when he became champion, wasn't it, Ben?
I do believe so, and that's one of the things that J-Rod has proven time over time, that he has the capabilities of getting it done, and will he get it done today? Of course, Charlie Cash is going to be a distraction as always, but J-Rod's had distractions before and overcame them.
Very much so.
And so we have the champion, Jeremy Vane, who, whether you like him or not, is a great athlete. I don't always agree with his ways in the ring or even out of the ring, or his associations,
from Columbus, Georgia,
cannot take away from
205 pounds, the one and only
there you see J-Rod, always a fan favorite here at Rampage Pro Wrestling. And he was here from day one for RPW,
he is from
and remains
Myrtle
one of the
Beach,
favorites
South
here
Carolina, weighing in at 200 pounds. He is accompanied to the ring by Charlie Cash. He is your champion, the untouchable Jeremy Vane.
And Jeremy Vane remains untouchable until someone can take that title away from him.
Now, Jeremy Vane may not be one of the most popular athletes in Rampage Pro Wrestling, but you can't deny that he has been a long-time champion. It wasn't long after he had lost the television championship to Frankie Valentine that he became the heavyweight champion. He's held back-to-back titles here, one title away from being a Triple Crown holder himself as he faces the only Triple Crown holder, J-Rod. So both men bringing tremendous credentials into this particular match with the greatest prize in Rampage Pro Wrestling on the line.
And you're watching Rampage Pro Wrestling. Invite all the fans to join us. Great crowd on hand again. Our new start time, 3 p.m. on Sunday, February 26th. And fans, you want to be a part of this action because it's getting better and better each week. J-Rod now trying to size this man out.
Going to give Jeremy Vane another bit of credit. One of the things he's an expert at in wrestling is the psychology of the wrestling ring. It isn't the quantity of the things he does, it's the quality of them, and frequently Jeremy Vane will give a little to get a lot and will buy time in areas that confuse and bewilder his opponent, if not frustrate them, but that's been what has led his opponents down the road to loss and has kept the title on Jeremy Vane for such an extended period of time. Drop toe hold there, but J-Rod trying to fight out of that. Jeremy Vane floats over to a front there, right there, sits out, arm hammerlock. Yep. And although both men fighting strong on this, no one getting a clear advantage as Vane makes the ropes.
And referee calls for a break, and it's Vane claiming a hair pull. Don't believe that happened. Doesn't really have a whole lot of hair to pull. And J-Rod not needing to resort to that tactic. J-Rod acknowledging the fans as always.
Part of that is it really to preoccupy the referee, to get the referee focused away from what Jeremy Vane is doing and toward what J-Rod is doing.
Doing waist lift there and showing that great power. Again, riding him now and holds on to him tight into a front chancery, now has him hooked. and into a side headlock chance reposition. And applying the pressure now, keeping that head down low. Rolls him up, but he's in the ropes. And
again,
referee calls for a break.
Forcing a break again. Fans, as you watch here, remember 2nd and 4th Sundays of every month, you'll be able to see Rampage Pro Wrestling at Johnny G's and Warner Robins' new 3 p.m. bell time, and that's proved to be much better for all of our fans. Crowds are up. Enthusiasm is at a peak, and fans who are regular are taking advantage of discounted tickets if they bring new fans, and we're seeing growth in that Rampage Pro Wrestling fan base and audience, and we want to encourage you to be part of it. You also want to make sure you stay tuned to the television program and start checking out our radio show on
Today
Fox
is
Radio.
the first time.
Exactly. So 10 a.m. immediately following this telecast, you're going to be able to turn over to 1670. Sal Renaro hosting that program with Marvelous Michael Stevens. That's a bit odd because they're at odds right now. I don't believe they're doing it from the same studios either, which will make it an interesting contrast. You're going to want to check that out. Soon we'll be allowing fans to get involved in that radio show. And, of course, to keep up with all of this, RampageProWrestling.net or, of course, the Facebook page.
Absolutely. And right now it's the champion, again, taking his time. Reminds me a lot of Larry Zbyszko, when he was the champion. He certainly has a lot of those mannerisms in and out of the ring and owning the ring, so to speak.
Well, Larry Zbyszko, to this day, the living legend because of the legacy he built in professional wrestling. The man who defeated Bruno Sammartino, the longest reigning and final champion of AWA, had a strong presence in the NWA as a champion. So certainly a good comparison with what Jeremy Vane has accomplished here in Rampage Pro Wrestling and elsewhere.
And that front face lock and locks him up upside down now in the corner of the ropes. J-Rod now charging back, sets up for that running knee, and the champion decides discretion's the better part of valor. Out of the ring now and with Charlie Cash. Again, a time-consuming technique.
When Charlie Cash sees him coming, Vane is using Cash as a shield, and certainly that's a big shield.
Yes, can't miss that one. Up and over his man off the ropes. Good leapfrog by J-Rod. Up and over his man again. Caught him with that throw over there.
Oh, and another guy that can kick. We saw a few in our last match, but J-Rod uses those legs and those feet as lethally as any man, and the knees, of course, can put somebody away.
Over reversal now, J-Rod crashing backwards. Caught him up and over, face first into the turnbuckle, and a running clothesline.
And Vane is down and on his back, and could we have a new champion this early?
Oh, man! 2 3/4 count. I thought the champion was out, and I think even the champion is upset right now. He thought he was done.
And Vane is out being fanned by the large brimmed hat of Charlie Cash, who certainly can put a lot of body weight behind that fanning process.
Absolutely.
This could be called cardio for Charlie Cash, couldn't it?
Could be. I think this is a workout for him. And right now I think that if Jeremy Vane doubted that he was in trouble, he surely knows he is now.
Well, Charlie Cash, of course, last year's manager of the year in the state of Georgia, and certainly it's indicated by the fact he right now has in his stable the heavyweight champion of Rampage Pro Wrestling and the tag team champions of Rampage Pro Wrestling. A truly dominant force is the Cash Vault.
And now it's the champion back in, locked up collar and elbow. And the champion Bozeman in the corner now pounding away the midsection. And now returning the favor, here's J-Rod pounding away at the head of the champion. Swing and miss. Caught him now and trips him over that top ring rope.
And as we talk about those tag champions, and we've mentioned it before, Kyle Matthews will be facing half of the tag champions next week in his effort to get to Jeremy Vane. But you got to wonder, how long are those guys going to be able to hold on to those tag titles when you've got teams like Hot Like Lava, of course, the usual suspects, one of the dominant teams, and the new team of the Washington Bullets, and then there's always the Jimmy Rave Approved team. It is a bottomless pit of tag team talent here in Rampage Pro Wrestling, and it keeps getting stronger each and every day.
Absolutely. And right now, J-Rod is on the ropes, literally and physically. And now, dropping down all that body weight on the leg and continue to apply the pressure, bending the other leg back. And it is the champion, Jeremy Vane, showing his stuff, how to control the man in the ring. And J-Rod is down but not out. Finding back to the back of the head, trying to escape the clutches. All that pressure being applied to the legs of J-Rod. Look at the pain etched across his face.
Remember, I mentioned earlier that Jeremy Vane will take some to get some back and to gain control, waiting for his opportunity to take control of the match. Smart professional wrestler, and he's proving it right here because he's controlling J-Rod, and you notice he's going after the weapons of J-Rod, his feet, his legs, his knees. Those are the weapons that J-Rod uses the most to win matches, and if Jeremy Vane can take out that weapon, he has a greater chance of retaining his title tonight.
And of course, Charlie Cash at ringside trying to encourage the champion. He enjoys having all these gold in his possession, having these champions around him all the time. And he certainly has great control of all the titles except for Frankie's. And that's something Jimmy Rave approved has put their eyes on.
Now J-Rod tied up in the ropes, being warned by the referee to back up as he lays boot after boot into the prone body of J-Rod, who's having trouble not only getting back into the ring, but finding a vertical base. Finally gets to his knees on the ring apron, but that's only going to help him so much. But he was waiting to launch his body in like that on Jeremy Vane, and now he's trying to slingshot over. Manages to do it, catches Vane. Not a lot of power in that, but enough to get Vane over for a count of 2.
Sunset flip out of the ropes, and look at that baseball slide drop kick right down to the bottom legs and took the legs out from under the table. Now covers him lateral press, and not enough. J-Rod certainly is reeling from the effects of that onslaught attack by Jeremy Vane.
And now he's picking up J-Rod to lay in some blows. You can see J-Rod is having trouble planting on that, well, left, the same leg that Jeremy Vane just grabbed, doing more damage. Now lights him up with a chop. J-Rod trying to get power, not as much as he normally throws, but J-Rod standing toe-to-toe with the champ right now.
Now it's Jeremy Vane in the opposite corner. Arm hits him all the way across. Clothesline, caught him hard. J-Rod not moving around a whole lot because those legs have been worn out. But that upper body's still fighting. Now limping on that leg, J-Rod. Going to be not as
J-Rod swings and kicks, but look at, it's worked. J-Rod is not able to throw those legs, and he's now here blowing to punches, and that's not as effective. Comes in with a knee, goes for his signature neck breaker, isn't able to deliver it. Oh, but he did deliver that back elbow. Vane caught every bit of it in the face and is knocked loopy as J-Rod comes in, catches the knee, and there it is.
There it is. That could be it. New champion right here. J-Rod's in the ring. Again, a close call for J-Rod. So close, so far away.
Fans want to remind you we're heading into a main event coming up right after this. 4-way match to determine the number 1 contender for the television title held by Frankie Valentine. And for the first time, each member of Jimmy Rave approved. Mike Posey, Corey Hollis, Chip Day, Patrick Bentley, only one man. When it's over, will be number 1 contender. The teamwork won't matter anymore. Only one man will be able to win that title and be number 1 contender when this is over. And Dr. Gayton said, if they don't take this match seriously, there will be consequences.
And what must these guys be thinking right now? Those guys travel together, eat together, sleep together, train together, and now they're against one another. It's going to be one-of-a-kind match coming up next.
Well, Dr. Gayton trying to break into the camaraderie, to the teamwork that Jimmy Rave built. The evil genius of Jimmy Rave is being challenged now by Dr. Gayton. We're going to see who's going to come out very, very soon.
You know, those guys, individually, tough wrestlers as a unit.
Oh, double knees right into the corner there, Ben.
And he missed, did not miss the turnbuckle.
Oh,
caught him with that VDT. And caught him from nowhere, and that could be it. J-Rod, 1, 2, 3. A gallant effort by J-Rod. A couple of close calls. Could have been the champion, but still, the RPW NWA champion,
Jeremy
the untouchable Jeremy Vane, that VDT.
Well, we talked about how
time.
he wore him down, did the damage to the knees, and that ended up betraying J-Rod at the end. You cannot fault the psychology, the thought process Jeremy Vane put into this match. He took a heck of a beating from J-Rod, but he had a plan, and the plan was realized, and that's why Jeremy Vane is the Rampage Pro Wrestling heavyweight champion.
Great matchup here, and more coming up. The Fatal 4-Way. Jimmy Rave approved. Only one can challenge Frankie Valentine. That comes up next.